Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So this is just touching briefly on why I veil, and that means outside of prayer time as well, so just in everyday life. Also, the camera quality has changed for those who are subscribers. The camera quality has changed because, as I mentioned in my community notes, my phone died. So this phone here died. My TCL phone of some sort. It was just cheap. It was never intended to be used for making videos, but it doesn't take a charge anymore. And taking it in for repairs to get that fixed would cost more than the phone did, because it retails for about £120, something like that. And I got it for like £60, so it's not worth it. I mainly got it just for texts and calls if I need them. But yeah, I ended up making videos with it, which the quality was okay. I had to audio boost it, but yeah, still have to audio boost it because there's no dedicated like external microphone, but it'll be fine. This isn't my phone. This is my partner Gordon's phone, so I'm borrowing his phone. And also, I'm sorry that the shirt I'm wearing underneath this gorgeous dress is all stained, but it's the only clean t-shirt that I've got available at the moment. I had to do a load of laundry. So, excuses aside now, I want to touch on why I do it briefly, and I wrote it down in this notebook here, just Minecraft. And yeah, so there isn't really much to talk about without going into super personal details. If I feel the need to share that more in another video, I will, but I just wanted to touch on it. And then after that, I'll be showing you some of the stuff I got and some practical advice if you want some. So I choose to veil both within the context of prayer and outside of it, mainly because it feels right. When I was a teenager, I began to explore the idea, but wasn't allowed to do what I wanted to do, and nothing came of it. Free will was non-existent for me growing up. Now, over a decade later, I'm able to do whatever I want, and I'm in a healed place. I began veiling originally a few years ago in 2024, but stopped. I need to return to what my soul wants, so that's why I began to do it again. Unfortunately, veiling with scarves in public leaves me with a target on my back, so I opt for stealth veiling, which allows me to do what my soul wants without locals judging too harshly. They'll always judge, though. It is not only a matter of peace, but my safety. Stealth is a strategy. It is not giving up. My hair is still covered. And it doesn't matter if every single strand, I almost put strain, for some reason strand is covered. Like here, you can see that. That's not what it's about at all. When I first started a few years ago, I was looking for inspiration on Pinterest, and a lady said something that made me feel veiling was most definitely the correct call. She said, "We veil not to hide, but to protect what is sacred, the same way we drape fabric over statues and books." Well, something to that effect. I can't remember exactly what she said. To veil is a sacred act, respecting my body and my energies at the same time. To cover the hair with a scarf or a hat that has been blessed protects from basic levels, spiritual or psychic attack and interference. Negative energies and what they call the energy vampire especially cannot affect. The fabric keeps the crown of the head covered, protecting one of the most important energy centers of your soul. Blessings can be carried via oils, water, or words that are sewn or tucked in. Following what my soul has been telling me to do is important to me, and it's something I know Divine accepts and encourages. Seeing white feathers on the way home was a way to tell me, "I see what you're doing. Opting for stealth is the right move. I'm proud of you." I owe no one an explanation for what I choose to do, but I still have to tiptoe around them, because judgment isn't always looks and words, it can be physical action. So I did go out with just a normal scarf on because, well, I thought, what's the point of hiding what I want to do, right? And I saw it quickly escalate from judgmental glares to, well, the feeling I got from the people and also the way they were looking at me was telling me that they will do something if I was by myself. And one of the local kids, one of the bratty, really nasty kids, the underage drinker type, literally called me a traitor because he perceived a scarf on my head as, most likely from his mindset, he thought I was Muslim, and a white woman being a Muslim in his brain was the traitor. And I'm not going to get into that debate. I'm not going to talk about that at all. And I don't want to hear it in the comments either, unless you approach it with respect. But you start drama about that kind of topic in the comments, and I'll just delete that stuff. No, I don't want that here in this space. So I know that stealth veiling is something that is definitely an option and is one I have to take. So the reason I'm wearing the t-shirt, even if it's not a very nice one, underneath this is because it is sleeveless. And whilst there's technically nothing wrong with having my shoulders on show, I don't like having my shoulders on show. And so covering it with just a t-shirt is great for that. And this dress, move back and stand up. This is a new dress. I think it's really pretty. It's got this that kind of drapes over. I like it, but the pattern is something that people, at least around here, would consider to be grandma-like. And honestly, well, if you think this is something that your grandma would like, then your grandma's got good taste. And I also bought a couple of other things. I try not to splash out, right? I buy clothes when they're on sale. This was on the sales rack. This was full price on Amazon. This, I don't know. We've had this for years. It's actually Gordon's t-shirt. It's just one he wears around the house, but it's got like blotchy grey stains because he just throws the white clothes in with the colored clothes. But yeah, I have a decent amount of stuff, but I'm changing my wardrobe because there are things that I wear or have worn that are low cut, and I don't like that for two reasons. One, that's not modest, and I prefer to keep my body covered. And also, I don't like the way that invites looks. It shouldn't be an invitation for looks. It's not an invitation. But you know, some people like it. But anyway. I also bought some really cute trousers. Well, at least I think they're cute. I don't know. My taste in fashion seems to be a bit off, at least according to some people's views. But yeah, I've got this. It's got this really pretty, like, holiday home look. I love the fruit. Like, if they were just that pattern of fruit, they would be perfect. But because these are thin, I'd have to wear leggings or tights, opaque tights underneath, because you'd see my underwear, and I really don't want that. And finding opaque tights in the store that don't rip the moment you put them on is nigh impossible. But finding ones that are white, unless you're looking for little girls' tights for school, no, you're not going to find them in the store, at least not around where I am. So unfortunately, I have to do more online shopping. I prefer to do shopping in person because I can see it. I can see what it is, feel its quality, and decide if I want it or not. Especially if it's fallen on the floor, so I'm not going to pick that up again. Whatever, I'll get that after the video's done. But yeah, stealth veiling. You can just wear simple caps if you like that look. I don't. I bought these because they were on clearance for like £2 each. I thought maybe they'd look nice. They don't look nice on me. I don't like them. But I'm not going to put these on now because I actually made this video before, a couple of days ago, but I didn't like the way it came out, so I'm remaking it. So I've got the photos. But yeah, you can just wear a simple hat like this. It's like a bucket type of hat. That's great for covering your hair, especially if you don't mind having strands of it on show. Then these, I've worn a couple of these out. So I've worn these two out. But these are they're sold as slouch beanies, but they're not very slouchy. They're more pulled close to the head. And that's great. I don't mind that. And I notice when I wear these kinds of things, the locals do not complain. They do not look at me weird at all. The only look I've gotten was off of one guy because, well, I'm wearing a hat in warm weather. I understand. To him, it's like, why are you wearing a hat when it's roasting hot outside? Never you mind. But yeah, that's a great way to keep the hair covered with no one saying anything, really. It's just a beanie hat. They don't care. So I've got this scarf that's new. This is sold as chocolate colored. Then this one is cream, although to me it's more like an oatmeal color or a wheatish kind of color. And then this was sold as olive. It's more like a sage. I love green. So this is definitely my favorite one, but they're very thin. So they can't just be pinned. They would scag like crazy. So you can buy these magnetic, they are no snag hijab magnets. But of course, a scarf isn't exclusively a hijab, and it's not exclusively something that Islamic people would wear. But you can get these, they're strong magnets to keep the scarf closed either around the chin where you would wear it if it was a hijab, or anywhere you want it. Like even if you're just wearing it around your shoulders, you can keep things closed without having to pin it. And the only other scarf that I bought was because I saw it and I love it. So I can see myself wearing this quite a lot. It's fish. I love fish. I think fish are very beautiful, very fascinating creatures, and they are very, very overlooked. And as a Pisces, fish makes sense to me. Come on, I love fish. I'm a Pisces. And I know some of our other animals surprise people, like the wolf is one of our animals. But enough about that here. I'll talk about fish symbolism in spirituality and faith at another time when I make my animal spirit series of videos on animal symbolism and spirit animals and stuff. I don't call them spirit animals really, but I guess that does work. But yeah, that's the only new scarves I bought, but I've had some from before because, as I said, I have been doing this on and off for a while. So I've got these, oh, they've all tied up together. I've got these squares as well. So they work great. You just fold them in half and then just tie them like you would one like the fish one I just showed you. So I've got them in a few different colors: black, mint green, blue. There's a dark blue, and there's a black one and a yellow one, I believe. And I've got older scarves too. Like this one, I've had since I was a teenager. I got it from the thrift store, the charity store, and I don't know if you can see it, but there is sparkly bits of silver in here. I love that one. I love that color as well. It looks really nice. And I've got more like this. I've got an orange one, not more like this, just one more like this, the orange one. Don't think it came from the same company. And then I've had this one for ages too, just a plain white one. And I won't dig them all out, but the only heavier, thicker one I've got is this. And as you can see, there are thin points in it as part of its design. This is really old. I got it from the thrift store. It was secondhand when I got it, and I believe it might have come from someone's grandmother or something after she passed away. But yeah. Oh, yeah, and I almost forgot to show you my favorite one, which no doubt you will see me wear. This is my favorite one. It was sold as a festival scarf years ago. And I'll put all of this away after I finished making this video. After I finish making this video, I'll put this all away. Okay. Oh, I picked some up from this. So, modesty. I was talking with Gemini, actually, about fashion and how I can improve on my wardrobe. I know talking to the AI means Google has all the information, but not only does Google already know pretty much everything about us all anyway. I mean, I use YouTube, right? But it was just a conversation about fashion, so it's not really that important to. It's not that important of information. It's just a conversation. And they said, "Oh, don't throw away any of your camisoles or any low-cut tops. If you get a modesty panel," what's a modesty panel? "You can save that." So I have some in different colors. Now, these are better if you're small on the chest because there's nowhere to go. But if I don't mind having this part of my body on show, which I don't mind that bit being on show, I can tie it to a camisole. You know what? I'll do that after this. Actually, no, I won't do that after after this. I've got some other things I want to do, but I'll grab some pictures from the internet. Sorry to the people for just taking random pictures from the first thing I saw on Google, but these are examples of how they work. So I've got these in different colors. So there's a navy blue, a fuchsia pink, really gorgeous color, a pale pink, a gray, purple, kind of like a wine color, and I apologize about my voice, a blue color, a bright red, a black, like an off cream color, brown, and white. So what you do is, when you put your bra on, you put this on the bra. So this goes around the bra strap, and you just attach it to whichever one you want. You can make these at home as well. If I can find a decent tutorial on YouTube, I'll pop it in the description for anyone that's interested in that. Because I do not feel the need to throw away clothes just for the sake of throwing them away. That's not right. Because spaghetti strap camisoles can go on top of things, on top of t-shirts to add more layers and contrast, underneath a dress. But unfortunately, it is still low, which defeats the purpose of putting something underneath the dress. But yeah, I was talking about some other fashion as well. It gave me some color ideas, combination ideas of like skirts and jackets and stuff. And of course, my own style shines through the most, but it's nice to get some ideas. But yeah, this is completely new territory. This kind of thing is totally new territory, and unfortunately, that's not the best for larger women. But it will do for now, especially if it's just here, right? It's better than nothing. Because I don't want people looking down there anyway. Shouldn't be looking, but I don't like it. I was different in the past. I'll talk about that in another video. I know I keep saying I'll talk about this in another video, but I'm pointing at the time, like you can see, it's long enough. I don't want all my videos to be half an hour plus long. But yeah, I think that gets the idea of what's going on. So this is the normal look for me now. And I love this dress. If I had a top underneath, like a lace top or something, it would look so much better. But it is the way it is. But yeah, buying bits and pieces here, checking out the sales rack, seeing what's going on there. It's definitely going to take a while for me to change up my wardrobe and get used to stuff. And yeah, it's a shame you can't just wear straight up scarves outside in a place like where I live, but stop failing is not giving up. It's protecting yourself. Thank you so much for watching. If you have questions, which no doubt you do, let me know in the comments, and if it's something I can get back to you on, I will. So take care, stay safe, many blessings to you and yours, and yeah, maybe I'll see you in another video. If you're already subscribed, thank you so much. If you're new here, please consider subscribing, and yeah, likes and comments, let the algorithm know that you like my content. I don't like the whole like, comment, and subscribe stuff, but every now and again it is good to remind people because sometimes they forget.